We're back, you savages. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. The fall is in the air. What's going on, little brother?
I've been having a great week. We had a fun week last week.
Yeah, we did. What'd you end up doing this weekend? Mama came back.
Dude,
you went to the Google Dolls.
I can't tell you anything.
Like
anytime I'm doing anything sort
Who
of.
the fuck is the Google Doll?
I don't know. It's her concert.
So what the fuck? You should have gave
They
her
have. I will say, if you grew up, I grew up in the early 2000s. Like if you grew up around then, you'll know some of their songs.
Yeah, I know some of their songs.
And
they're from Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, they were really cool.
Yeah,
and it was. You know what? The venue was fucking awesome.
What was the venue?
The Jones Beach, theater,
like
on the water.
On the water.
Yeah,
that's a good theater. That is a good place.
The seats. She got the seats. Fucking like 8 rows. It was the best seats I've ever had to anything. 8 rows back. You could. My biggest thing is that like a concert, I feel like I'm being like crowded. There were seats, and like it was like an older crowd. So like people sat for like the song, like the new songs.
Yeah, it's a nice
they just sat for the songs they didn't like, and it was.
Did you hold hands and hug each other like that faggot at the Coldplay concert?
Not like that.
Hold like that, and both look at the band. If I could be seen,
I want to show you the world. Yeah, no, no Aladdin song.
Fruitcake.
No,
all right, as long as.
But it was a good time.
I'm happy you went. I'm very happy you went.
It was cool. You know what was really cool was Dashboard Confessional open, and I haven't been to many concerts. But I thought it was gonna be like a local band, like kind of like a comedy show, like a local band feature, and then the headliner. And they did a good job because like when we got there, they were playing to like a mostly empty place, and by the end of their set, of course, like it gets to be really full. But like I've never seen a band like warm the crowd up. Like he even said, like it's my job, so I need you guys to get crazy. And like he did stuff outside of just being like a musician. I've never seen that. I'm like warming, and it helped. Like it got the crowd going right before the main guy.
It's crazy that it's the same with comedy.
Right.
Like now you understand your job a little better from going to see a music act.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you run into all these feature acts and they'll tell you, oh yeah, I blew away the headline. When you didn't go for a good show. You went for your own personal shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now you see what a team effort is. That's why I like bringing my own guys to work with me because, and I learned that from Rogan, because nobody's trying to hurt each other. We're all working in unison to make the show the best that we can make it. Whether it's 8 openers or 2 openers, both of those openers are going to be fucking good, and we're all in unison to make the show that much fucking better. So I'm happy. I told you, a lot of comedy shit I've learned from watching musicians, a.k.a. singers.
Mm-hmm.
Singers, the music is funneled to the audience by that singer. And you don't even know what he's fucking doing. You don't know what he's doing till you leave there and go, fuck, Mick Jagger didn't stop dancing all night. Or this guy didn't stop jumping up and down all night. That energy feeds on the fucking audience. Nobody's better at it than Mick Jagger because Mick dances to the song. And if the song is kind of like Satisfaction, Mick goes a little nuts, nuts as he could go at 80.
Oh, he's still going nuts?
Yeah, he'll dance.
I thought this was like 50 years ago he was going nuts.
So, I don't know what he's going to do now. I don't know if they're going to come back now. I don't know. You know, right? He's 80, right? Mick Jagger's 80. That's a different fucking animal. But with the money they got, they could do 2 shows a week.
Right.
82? 82? With the money he's got, he could do 2 shows a week for about a month. And then 80 fucking 2, guys. I mean, he's still fucking. So if you're fucking, you could still wiggle a little bit.
He just had a kid. Wow, good for him.
Yeah, he just had a kid. All these motherfuckers.
But it, like the other thing, like every time I see music, and this was more of a subdued band, but like the energy musicians have when they're performing live. Like sometimes I feel like if I'm tired at stand up, like I feel like if I'm listening to it, I could hear it in my voice that like I sound tired. Like them jumping up, like you can't be tired and do that shit. I don't think. Like the energy, I think they're great with that.
Listen, it's showtime. So whatever's going on in your life comes to an end. When you go up in front of a live audience, the adrenaline from the audience, the excitement, the energy from the audience should wake you the fuck up. I know who's going to sleep in front of 100 people. I can't sleep with one guy talking on the fucking TV. Could you imagine 100 fucking people yakking amongst themselves?
No.
So think about that, okay? We discussed this last week also. This is one of the biggest parts of comedy. And Doug Stanhope taught me this, but before Doug taught me this, I figured a little bit of this out on my own. What does professional mean? A professional means two things. That no matter if your asshole's bleeding, your mother's in the hospital, your cat died, when it's 8:05, all that goes away for 45 minutes. You could deal in grief in your own time or whatever you're going through later. In fact, that type of shit going on in your life should give your comedy a certain type of fuel. You're angry. Your girlfriend left you. You went home and your girlfriend was fucking the mailman. You're going to come out and be, no.
Right.
So your material is going to come from a different fucking place. And that's what you got. Some nights the material comes from happiness. Sometimes the material comes from anger. Sometimes the material comes from pain. I'm having a hard time writing right now as a personal. You know why? Because I've kind of accepted my mother's death finally after 80 fucking years instead of being a pussy. I finally accepted what happened with my first daughter and my first wife. I've accepted all these things. So all these things that used to fuel my pain, I don't deal with no more. I go home and my pain is taken care of, whether it's my cat, my wife, you guys. I don't need what I used to need anymore. So that material doesn't come. When I'm on stage now, I'm laughing. I got to get high to go up there and I laugh and I giggle. And even that, this is why when you're a professional in comedy, everything changes when it's stage time. Your name changes. If your name is Lee Syatt, if you think changing your name when you go on stage to Joey McGowan, so whatever you're saying doesn't come from Lee Syatt's heart.
Right.
It's come from Joey McGowan's heart. That's what it is. That's what it is. Your everything changes at 8:05. Once you walk in there and you talk to your friends and the comics, last week I went to Iowa, last week I went to Chicago, and all of a sudden you start getting that energy from them. Then the one guy has a good set. Now you got to have a good set. There's no time for, my grandma's in the hospital and her toe hurts. Listen, you could deal with that in 22 minutes. Nothing's going to change in 22 minutes. Nothing, unless they're dead already. Then, there's not much you can fucking do. You know what I'm saying? But nothing's going to matter. And that's why comedy is so great. Because if something good happens, you could talk about it. And if something bad happens, you could talk about it. And while you're talking about it in a bad way and making it funny, there goes the $80 you were going to pay a therapist. Well, $80 were the old days.
I know.
Now these motherfuckers want $200 to talk to you on a computer screen with an ISIS mask on. You know what I'm saying? So...
There goes that sponsor. But the thing with like bringing emotion into it, it's like anger. Whenever I go up angry, like it doesn't come out as funny. It just comes out as like just really angry.
You're coming out with material instead of putting the material aside and talking about what's really going on.
No, I'm talking about like being angry, like just saying jokes about it.
Listen, what are you angry about?
A breakup, anything.
That's what you bring up to the stage.
Oh, that's what I did.
That's when it becomes funny. I think one of the best sets as an open micer I had, open micer / feature, like when you're still in that limbo of featuring 1 month,
right.
1 week a month. My girlfriend threw me out to stripper. But like I had just done a gig that I had gotten like $320. In those days when I got $320, I was Trump. I was what's that guy the guy that invented that car you drive, whatever. Elon Musk. $320 on Elon Musk. So I go to a house and she's like, oh my God, this is the ex-stripper that I was banging heads with 2 weeks on, then a week off. I go to her house, we eat. I have to go pay groceries. I take her for grocery shopping. She milks me for a bottle of wine. I'm looking at this. I'm like, I'm down to 200 already. And then I finally jump on her, so it's worth the 200. And then she got me for something else, gas in the car and something else. I'm down to like fucking $80.
Jesus.
And all of a sudden she gets into an argument with me. And now she's telling me she's throwing me out. Well, I want my money back. You know what I'm saying? I just bought groceries. I want my grocery money back. And she just goes, fuck you and your grocery money. You're out. So now I got to find a place to sleep. travel, and the only place I got to go is the comedy club. That's the only place I had to go at that time. It was like some special show, and I went down and they go, "You want to go up?" I remember walking in there with my bags, and they're like, "What the fuck?" I go, "Don't even ask." I got thrown out, but who gives a fuck? We're here. I got enough money for a gram of coke. You know what I'm saying? I got enough money for a half gram of coke and 30 for some fucking drinks, so we're okay with it. Could be worse. And I'll never forget. I went on stage with like a list, and man, as soon as I hit the stage, I went off about her. And I was like, and I said one joke that I kind of used for a while.
Oh, yeah?
And it was like, I was with my stripper girlfriend all afternoon. We were in love. Everything was going great. Then I ran out of dollar bills. Something stupid like that. And it fucking stuck, and I used it for a while. But I'll never forget that somebody came up to me after that show and goes, "Do you want the tape?" And I go, "You taped that?" When I went to LA, I had that tape for a while, and I would give it to managers.
Wow.
Because it was such a good stand-up 8-minute set. It was a very good set.
All improvised.
But it was all based on anger with a smile on my face. Because I don't give a fuck if somebody shoots you in the foot and you're going up there, you're mad, but the sell is it's not what you say, it's how you say it. What we've discussed a lot. So that's the other side of the coin, and that takes experience. To go up there with a smiling face when you just got evicted and you got nowhere to sleep tonight. Tonight, you got nowhere to sleep, and I'm asking you to go on fucking stage. What do you think you can do? That'll destroy a normal person.
Yeah.
A normal person will look at you and go, "You got to be fucking kidding me. I just got thrown out of my house. It's 8 o'clock at night. I got to go to sleep at 10.
Where's the spot?
Where's the spot where?
Like, I'm just trying to think what I would do. Let's say we're in New York. Is it a bar show or is it a club?
Whatever you could stumble into. You're in a bad mood. You got to get out of the fucking house.
Well, yeah, you don't have a house. You just got evicted.
Yeah, you got evicted. All right, so you're walking around the street with your luggage. Who's going to take you? The Improv don't want to see you. Gotham don't want to see you. But Mel's Irish Pub on 12th Avenue will see you.
Oh, I thought you had a book spot. You were trying to decide if you wanted to cancel or not. You're talking about like just walking
that
in.
night I walked in because I had nowhere to go, and they asked me to go on stage. And I learned a very important lesson. But that lesson came for 6 months of living in Boulder, and I would have to give my daughter back at 6 and face to both of those motherfuckers, and they would like giggle at me and make fun of me. And I would have to get back in that car knowing that these motherfuckers are playing me. And this shouldn't be happening. And I'd be so upset about that I would start fucking crying in my little white fucking Datsun. And I would open the ashtray and there was a joint in there. And wherever as soon as the car pulled out, I would smoke that joint. I'd wipe my tears from my eyes and I'd take the hour drive to Denver. And 9 out of 10, there was no cash in my pocket. I was going to Denver to fucking eat because it was that Mexican joint. They gave you a free meal. Oh, no, that was Steakhouse 52. They gave you a free meal on Wednesday nights. And
so how many Wednesdays were you there?
Every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then Thursday night was Mexican night. At,
El Torito?
El Torito.
Yeah.
And that food is god-awful. It's like puke. And I would still go over there, but at that time it was Denver, and they had a lot of Mexican food, so the Mexican food had to be good at El Torito. But, and I don't know how many times I went in there on a Wednesday night. Or going in a Thursday knowing that the rent is due on Monday, and you ain't got it. That's tough to be funny when the rent is due and you ain't got it either. And that's all the lessons you learn early on as a broke fucking comic. When all of a sudden one day you get home, you're living with 3 guys, you get home, and there's an eviction notice. Well, I've been giving Nick the rent since September. Well, guess what? Nick's got a coke habit. He hasn't paid the rent at all. That's comedy. Right. That's stand-up. Now, that's it. Nobody wants you. What are you going to do, stay with your girlfriend? She lives with 8 girls herself. She's a fucking starving comic too. So through all this pain and all this anguish and confusion, you got to do stand-up. When I came here in 93 and lived with George, and we were both going through our thing, I didn't know what I was doing. And I couldn't handle the stand-up because of everything I was going through. The addiction, the struggling, the not enough money, the shit that was going on with my ex-wife. It was too much for me. And I went to Denver and I narrowed the drama down, and then I could do stand-up. But at that time in 93, That was too much for me.
Right.
My addiction was uncontrollable. I'd be headed over to the city, and all of a sudden I'd bump into somebody. Where you headed? Into the city. Come on, I'll give you a ride. I'm headed to Upper West Side to get some cocaine. Well, we got to make a stop, right? Yeah. Well, guess what? You're just taking me to the devil's house. I'm not going to make my comedy run.
The
Or
devil's
you're going to
house.
give me the cocaine, and I got to put it in my upper pocket.
Right.
That's even worse than doing comedy with. And then you get there and your spot's at 11:30. It's 8:45. You got a gram of blow in your pocket, and it's burning a hole in that motherfucker. Burn a hole in there.
What do you and you never did it? You said
No,
Or-
I wouldn't do it. But then sometimes I just go, I'm out.
and just not do your set.
No, I'm going home. I'm doing some coke. I can't take it no more.
What time was this? Like 9:15? Like how long would you last?
9 o'clock.
9:15 minutes.
As long as I had coke in my pocket, the night was done. Why are we doing this? Why is she here if she ain't cooking?
Right.
You know what I'm
my
saying?
God.
If she ain't cooking, why is she here?
That's so crazy. But it's wild. Because with comedy, I just don't.
Listen, you're eliminating all the shit that gets in your way.
Right.
You were about to say something to me when you came in. We had a really good time the other night, one of those bucket shows
Oh yeah, that was
at
fantastic.
the dojo. It was fucking a phenomenal night. Everybody did great. We're doing another one on the 28th of August. It's a Thursday night. And it was a great time. And what happened that night was, it was a bucket show. It wasn't stand-up, really. It was a development night and
It
whatever.
was stand up, but
It was stand-up, but my daughter, I go, are you going to go up? And she goes, yeah, I'm going to go up. And then I brought her up, and she went up and did it.
that's fantastic.
The next day, I got 1,000 messages from people. You know, people from Colorado, from California called me that knew Mercy when she was little, and they were like, dog, that picture, blah, blah, blah. And I told them all the same thing. I go, I don't want her to do stand-up comedy. Not at all. Not at all. I know what I went through for stand-up comedy. It's not a pretty fucking road. And it's tough for a woman. I go, I'm just happy that she had no fear.
Right.
That's it. That was no fear zone. That is one of the scariest things in the world, public speaking. People would rather jump off a fucking building than go in front of 10 people and speak.
Like there's been comics who you've offered spots to who turned it down.
No, people cannot. A lot of people do not like public actors, not comics. Actors that came into the store and I was hosting. And I go, you want to do 10 minutes? And they look at me like, are you fucking crazy? That's crazy. That's for crazy people. You're on fucking TV on sets all the time. Tom Cruise. That's who one of the conversations was one night.
That he just couldn't do it.
That motherfucker does his own stunt. When I asked him if he want to go on stage for 5 minutes, he looked at me like I asked him to fuck him in the ass in a Scientology meeting.
Oh my God. It is a complete different thing.
It's a
And
fucking different animal.
Like were you when you asked her, what did you think she was gonna say?
No.
And she didn't hesitate.
But I
at all.
saw those pictures from the NJ Pack, and I saw how bad she wanted to go out there.
Oh yeah.
I could see her energy that night, that she was just a push away from going, come on out here, Mercy.
Oh yeah. She would have ran
She
out
would have
there.
ran out there. Not ran. She would have walked out and done whatever goofy shit she does, but I don't give a fuck because I just want to eliminate. I had no fear because I thought about it that night. I'm like, when did I go, 6th grade on Fridays. I used to go up in front of the class and sing, lip sync to Frankie Valli. My Eyes Adored You. Okay? That's how my comedy career started, by singing on Fridays in front of a and I was ugly, but I would think I was a crooner. And I would go over to the girls and sing like real close, like, and they go away.
Go away.
Go away, Tubby. Go away.
So like what did it feel like to see? Because you were on stage with her.
Yeah. Well, when she took the fucking note out and it said rim job, and I started laughing, and she looked at me, she goes, I don't even know what that means. That was classic. That was, that's comedy. She in her heart, she don't know what that means.
Right.
I thought she knew, but she didn't. On the way home, I kept asking her, you know what a rim job is? She's like, no. I go, okay. It's when the guy goes, throom,
Oh my God.
and she goes, I never thought about that, Dad. I go, yeah, that's a rim job. That's what I told her on the way home. But, she's 12. I can't shock her system. That's a complete shock.
To be fair, we did.
What did I say? It's okay for me to suck your pussy, but not talk about your kids. And she listened to that. And when she went on stage that night, she said that Dad says something to me sometimes, like I suck that lady's dick and shit. So she could deal with that. But eating assholes at 12, that'll break a system. That's when you stop eating Girl Scout cookies. That's when it's over for you. So I got to keep it on the down low till she's 15 or 16.
Oh, I think she was in there the whole time. She loved it. She was.
Listen, man, I just, that's how I felt. It wasn't about stand up. We were just talking, having a conversation tonight about people who sneak their kids in. What's that called when we were talking about Jennifer Aniston? Nepotism.
Yeah.
I don't want to be accused of that shit. You know, that's why I'm happy she plays softball, because I never played softball, baseball in my life. So when I walk there, I don't know nothing. You know, I don't know nothing about nothing.
Right, but people are gonna accuse you of that no matter what. That's something people love to shout on the internet. That doesn't really mean if that's the whole point of having. I don't get that. Like if you had a kid and you could help them get a job anywhere, you wouldn't do it. Like of course,
no.
If it ever comes to it, I'm
not doing the child any favors. I'm not. How many times have you worked somewhere, any of yous, and the boss hires his kid, and all of a sudden he's making $2 more than you? How much damage does it cause in the company?
Well,
how much damage does it cause?
Well, that sucks.
Employees start chitter-chatter, loyalty breaks. No. If your kid comes to work for you, you tell them at the dinner table, here it is. You know that room where they shovel the shit? Don't come out of there for a year. You can't. As my son, I'm telling you, if you want this job and get along with people,
right?
It usually 90 days. I'm going to leave you in there for a fucking year to smell that every day. So when I do promote you, I don't have any fucking problems.
Right.
I could always go, fuck you. He's my son. He's never been late. And I had him in there for a year to really pay his dues. It's usually 120 days and you make the union in most warehouses. Or I'm just assuming. But that's my rule, because you're really not doing a child any fucking favors.
Right. You don't want to do a favor like that, but like even let's just say, George owned a business and your kid and Mercy wanted to go work there. You'd be like, hey, George, you're hiring.
Yes.
Can you help?
But I'm not going to tell George, you got to pay her $28.
No.
Because this is what she needs.
But
George, entry-level position. You're grabbing a broom, you're cleaning a bathroom. That builds character.
And that's fine.
That lets me know when you tell an employee the first day to clean the bathroom, and you give them that, they'll know if they're going to stay or not.
Right.
You got about 48 hours, because that'll break your system down. Everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to be on top. Everybody wants to get there and earn. But no, today we're cleaning a fucking bathroom.
They're soft.
They're soft. So from me knowing life experience, if I'm still around when she's 18, like I've already spoken to restaurants in my area and said, hey, next summer, she's in here. Saturdays. Teach them what it is to take a Saturday from you.
Right.
Okay? To take a Saturday.
Or a Friday night.
One of the girls that I respect the most in Marlboro, New Jersey is a 19-year-old girl that I have watched that girl grow since she's 14. She's not just a regular girl. She's a beautiful girl. Her and her sister are beautiful. Me and my wife and my daughter would go to a pizza parlor, which I took you guys to. I think you met the girl. And I used to go in there on Fridays when I first moved here with a bunch of parents. And I would go, why is that girl here on a Friday night? 16, 15. Then she turned 16. And then me and my wife would talk to her. And then she says, I'm saving up for a car. And then after she got the car and she's like, do you want to see it? And I'll never forget, we went out there and it was a broken down jalopy. But I was so happy for her because I know what she went through.
Yeah.
And then she's like, now I'm saving up for fucking college. She wanted to go to Temple. But she was $13,000 short to go to Temple. When she told me that, it broke my fucking heart. Her parents don't have the money, but that bitch was there every Friday and Saturday night. She could have been jumping up and down. She could have been on that OnlyFans. She could have hooked up with a fucking 40-year-old old guy. That girl could have done anything she wanted to. But no, she worked in a pizza parlor. Now she works at TD Bank, and she's,
good for her,
making good money and stuff. And she's going to school at whatever, that local college that's really cheap, Brookdale, whatever the fuck it is. But dog, that to me is a classy woman. You're not going to have any problems with that girl if you hire her in 10 years. She did the work. She did the groundwork. I want the same for my daughter, man. You're just not just going to work a pizza place, work the counter. You're going to take calls, something kids don't know how to do. You're going to learn how to exchange money. Another thing these idiots don't know how to do, they look at the fucking thing. You know, you go to a restaurant now, $10.32. You give them $10 and 32 cents, $11, and you give them 32 cents. The computer fizzles out. It's over. I mean, these are things, you know, and I tell people in business all the time, you're confusing the consumer. I had a conversation with a good friend of mine the other night. I said, listen, the comedy club, this is why you're confusing the consumer. You have to assume they're fucking not even stupid. You got to assume they're retarded. As a matter of fact, I know, and I'm not being a Tom Segura or Bert Kreischer calling them the poors. I'm not calling anybody stupid. I'm just calling it. I'll give you
calling
my
them
example.
retarded.
No, I'm giving you an example. I could put a link up for my book right to Amazon, and people will hit me 3 days later and go, I went on Amazon but bought this book instead. How many times do I put a link up for tickets to a comedy club where you can't even bounce the ticket price? I'll put ticket prices on there, and people come in and go, I went on Vivid and bought $120. Well, I put the link out for the fucking Punchline or Helium or wherever. So when people do that, when you actually walk them to the fence, give them the key, and tell them what thing to pull, and just go, all you gotta do is go click, right? That's the link. I'm giving you the fucking link, right? All you gotta do is go click. How did you end up buying a T-shirt from Nick Ascalise? How did this happen? How does this happen? You know how many times I've done a shitty club where I'm like, give me $20 for tickets, and somebody afterward go, I paid $68 on. What the fuck? Are you retarded? I put the ticket link up.
People don't check. They just Google Joey Diaz tickets.
Google, and they go with the first thing up there.
It's crazy. I mean, it's how do people fall for like the scams?
And it breaks my heart because I thought I was dealing with a more, you know, people that knew, click the fucking link. I'm not going to fucking beat you and put you on a porn link or take you all the way to Europe to buy fucking goggles. I'm not going to do that to you. Just click the link. And I see this on a daily fucking basis in life.
You used to get so upset because people would like message you right as you were leaving the city. Like, when are you going to come here?
Yeah, when are you coming to Memphis? Well, I'll tell you what. Go on my Twitter last week and they'll look and call, and then, oh shit, you were just here. Yeah. Look how long I've been talking about Memphis, barbecue, chicken cutlets, black people with veins in their eyes. I've been talking about Memphis for 3 fucking podcast episodes. And you're telling me now, when am I going to Memphis?
Right.
And then I figured out there's people that just do that to bust your balls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just do that to bust your balls. They see that you were just there, and they're like, hey, why don't you tell me you were here? Fuck your mother. You knew I was there. I've been talking about it for 3 fucking weeks, motherfucker.
That's so funny.
Speaking of which, got a fucking crazy shit this weekend. One of those days, one day, Saturday, I think I got up and I had a bunch of errands to run. Freehold, Jackson, up fucking whatever. And I go, you know what? I'm one of those guys, when you're out, you're out. You know when you have like a long list and you already did 5 of them, I'll save the 2 of these for tomorrow. I go, fuck it. Let me just get this over. I got invited to a party. I go, let me buy fucking a cigar and buy myself one. I don't know what I'm doing, but I went to the cigar shop. I picked the one with the lightest cover on it so it don't kill me, right? And next to it, 2 doors down, there's a head shop in my neighborhood. I know this mall because I usually feed the cats back there, but I haven't seen the cats. First time in 5 years, I haven't seen any of them. And I go back there and look, and I always feel guilty because there's a little porno sucky house back there. A lot of people don't know there's a sucky house back there. It's turned off, and it just says open, and there's an ATM machine right there.
You're kidding. There's a house with an ATM machine outside?
Let me tell you something. I go to that CVS since I moved here. You know. With the cats. I feed the cats there. For years, since day one. I started telling my wife, just buy the cats food by the box. And because I was walking into CVS and buying them a cat food, and I was spending like $20 a week. I go, fuck this. Just go on Amazon and get me whatever.
A big box.
A box, and I put it in my car. And every night I go out there, bro, snow out the ass. These motherfuckers are out there hungry. And they're so beautiful because they actually come out. So when you walk into CVS, they're right there looking at you. And some people like give them the finger, and I'm like, how dare you? buy them a can of food. And I come on, I open it, and they stay right there. They don't run away. I won't touch them because they're feral and there's rabies going around. And I don't want to foam from the fucking mouth when I'm eating somebody's asshole. So,
Is that how it gets activated? Why would he be finding out then?
because if the fucking cat scratches, you get rabies. Who knows?
Oh my God.
Listen, I watched New Jersey 12. Last week there was a skunk that bit some fucking dog and he had rabies. I know you've all seen it in Middletown. So Middletown is up and, let's not worry about ice. There's a skunk with fucking, rabies. So what are we talking about?
Who knows?
Who? The feral
You
cat. So I
feel
go
feeding
back
the
there
cats
and
on the
feed
sucky
cat.
sucky house.
But I also go over there to get, nicotine gum from time to time, and I rub an alcohol for my pipes, and I get everything there. That's my CVS. So one night I go in there, and as I'm coming out, there's a bunch of young kids, not young kids, like 19, 20, and they're high-fiving each other, they're giggling, and they're opening the boxes of condoms and taking the loose condoms out. And when they saw me, like, Uncle Joey, what up? And I'm like, oh, these fucking savages. So I go over and I'm like, where you guys going? They're like, we're going to get our dicks sucked. Right around the back of the building, there's a sucky house. Right there at CVS. Right there in that corner, there's a sucky house in my hometown.
There's going to be some people really upset that you're telling all the people about their favorite.
I better get 10% from those dirty hookers.
I think they're going to get shut down.
I've never been in there. I don't know who runs it. I don't know if it's Russians. I don't know who runs it. I don't know what they do. I don't even know how they get away with it. I've never actually met somebody who's been there except for these kids that night that were saying, yeah, we go down Friday nights, $300. They do everything but dog eyes.
Have you ever seen them since?
Who, the kids?
Those kids, yeah.
No.
Oh, no.
Maybe they're missing. Maybe the skunk got them. So I was like, there's a sucky house back there? And they're like, yeah, I think they double as a massage, but no signs. So when I would go back there to feed the cat, I look back there one day, I'm like, that is a sucky house. Dog, you'll never find it. You'll never find it. It's in between buildings. There's a fucking drive-through bank. It's right next to the drive-through bank.
You run the whole operation out? You're like, there's 6 women inside, maybe 7.
So what? They're there. Listen, they just move. Just listen, if you have a good sucky house, moves around every 6 weeks. One of those chicks gets the HIV.
Oh,
They get something like a fucking type of COVID in their pussy, and they get shut down by the health department, or some cop comes in.
COVID in the pussy is outrageous.
I'm dead serious. Those sucky houses. So anyway, we're talking about that fucking strip mall cocksucker. How do we end up with the sucky?
I have no idea. I'm sorry. You're looking for a cigar.
So I go to the cigar shop first, and then as I go, you know what? I might as well go in here, get some papers, a pipe, whatever. And I go in there, and the kid's like, hey, you come in here from time to time. Do you know anything about these new things? And I'm old school, And I'm like, what are you talking about? First off, they have a whole section of weed at these places. I'm talking a fucking wall of every weed we grew up with. Name. And I'm like, that's weed? And he goes, no. It's 9 days before the weed grows. You take a chemical out. Nick, what do you know about this? Yeah. I don't know. He was saying something else. It's before Delta 9. It looked like weed.
THCA.
Listen, I ain't smoking. Huh? No. He says it gets you fucked up. But the idiot also told me that if I took him, he had mushroom pills, that if you take, he's like, man, I'll give you one, but I promise you only take a half. I took one. It was scary. So I wake up on the Lord's Day. I go to jiu-jitsu. I go, let me see what these pills are all about. He gave me 2 of them.
Jesus, Joe.
I ate like 3/4 of it. I fucking went. Nothing happened. I went home. I ate the other quarter. Nothing happened. Then he had one more. I popped the whole fucking thing. I didn't even eat it in quarters. I was in bed at 10 o'clock last night. Didn't do a fucking thing to me. I didn't giggle, nothing. And he gave me a lollipop. He's like, oh. But I said to him, I go, dog, I got 2 of those things in the car. I had 2 of those 500 milligram things.
Right.
I go, let me give you one of these and see if you're real. He's like, I don't think I can handle that. Well, that's not for me. So I knew he was fake. So, but
He wasn't fake. He just has a tolerance.
What tolerance? He gave me fucking sucky. Everything he was 0-3. No wonder his weed store was next to the Sucky Sucky house. Because he was 0 for 3. Everything was Sucky Sucky.
Oh my God.
Everything sucked, okay?
That's
And I knew better. I've been down the street already. Everybody thinks they're a scientist. And these fucking new kids today don't have the heart just to do heroin. They just don't have the heart to fucking get a syringe and pop that motherfucker and listen to some Black Sabbath. They just don't. They're pussies. So what do? They buy like a half a fag vapor pen that's got like a tenth of heroin. Oh my God, my toothache doesn't work anymore. You know, it's like I said, it's like a white chick that wants to fuck a black dude. The first time she'll fuck a dude that's mixed, just to see how the smell is and everything. And if it passes, then the next time she jumps on a full fucking yam, you know what I'm saying? We all know the fucking deal. How it starts. That's how it is. They always fuck like a mixed. Right? You ever see that? When chicks are confused, they'll fuck like a mixed Arab. Like he's half white, half ISIS. You know what I'm saying? Just
I like how you notice it. I like how
I notice all that shit. That's what I do. I got cop's eyes. I keep my eye on that shit.
But are these like people you know or just people you see and you've like made up stories for their lives? Like,
I'm an observer. I'm a fucking observer. I sit, I make believe I'm doing something, but I'm really listening to those two idiots in the corner and what they're saying. I'm about 8 minutes from stabbing them both in the fucking arm.
And they have no idea. They're just talking about something in a conversation.
They got no idea. I'm just giving them rope every minute. Here, take 6 more inches. You're going to end up like that Pontecorvo on The Sopranos when he hung himself in the garage. I just wait for these fucking guys. I swear to God.
I know. I know you love. I know you love people. Like, that's amazing that you're giving people rope and they don't even know they're like.
Nah, I give them all rope. Here, take this rope. You're going to hang yourself eventually. It might be today. It might be tomorrow.
Holy
I
shit.
see it. Listen, let me tell you what happened Friday night. So Friday night, my wife and my daughter breaking on me about 4 o'clock that they're going to see some play. Now, I go with them as a family, but where they going, they give you wooden seats, and you got to eat like pie. It's like a community center. I'm not doing that. And they're kids. And they're fucking kids. I don't want to go there and then one kid recognizes me. It's like a stand-up. I would never go. I don't want to not support you, Lee.
Right.
But I don't want to go to walk in a club with you, and then they're like, Joey's here, and then fuck Lee. We're going to see Lee.
Right.
I already know. That's why I don't go see anybody. I will never be on the. If I'm not going behind with you to hide, because it's your show. It's not my show. You follow me? So if I go to your show, I'm going to distract him. Joey's here. He might go up. Listen to what Lee's got to say. Same thing with kids.
Right.
That's why I don't make a big deal at the softball games. Not about me at the softball. People love for me to get up and go, oh, $20 for the next hit. Ha, 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 ha. And act like Melon in back to school. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. That's not who I am. I'm not going to go there with glasses and that's my daughter. Ha, ha, ha. That's what people expect you to act. So you don't act like that. And then they don't know where the fuck to go.
Right. What is that what you think people expect of you?
Think about it. If you could go to a game and say what you want and have a circle of people around you and be cute and hold court, who wouldn't want to do that? Except to miss their fucking kids and what their kids doing. When you go to a thing in L.A., where we came from, you think anybody goes to see their own kids do anything? They don't. Lee, you're having a party on Saturday? I'll let you know Friday because my mother-in-law's coming to town. What they know is my wife spoke to George's wife, and she said that Joe Rogan might go to their barbecue on Saturday. So I'm not going to answer your barbecue because I know Joe Rogan and Trini Lopez and the writer from Empire, they're all going to be at his house. But Nick's having a barbecue. And the head of Fox is going to be at Nick's house. So I got to hold out to see who's got the best guest list. Would you like to live you ever go to anything in L.A.?
No.
Everything in L.A. is based around who's going to be at your party. So if, God forbid, Nick's not going to bring a script, I accidentally have my script. It's in the car. Really? It's a Sunday. You have your script in the car. I'm here eating barbecue, looking at women in bikinis, and you want to talk to me about a script. But that's how people are. That's how people are. And the kids, zero. The kids are a prop to get them in there.
Just to get in the
I
schools.
swear to my mother's grave. Those kids are a prop to get them into those meetings because all those kids have a nanny. That's the only way they'll fit into that circle. God forbid they don't have a nanny to tell their friends they have a nanny. That's the only way you'll accept me, is if I have a nanny also, so we could talk about the nannies. My nanny's from Bolivia. Oh, my God. Her uncle sells me coke. No, but you know what I'm saying. Everything they do, there's people who have kids, and they're supposed to go where my daughter went to school, but they go to Carpenter down the road on the other side of Ventura Boulevard. Why? Because that's where all the writers and all their kids go to. Their Christmas party is at CBS Radford.
Jeez.
Okay? So anybody who wants to be cool and be in the in crowd, they go to that school instead. When you want to be a normal parent, which ain't much, even in the school I took my daughter to, that's where you go. They have a lot of writers there too, and the girl from, what's the girl? Lisa Loeb, and the head writer from whatever. There's a lot of people's kids that went to that school, but not like Carpenter. Carpenter is the alligator, the hunter that died. People, that's where their kids go. And that's where you take your kid if you don't love him. Because that's where you take your kid if you don't love him.
The kids are just using them?
They're just a fucking prop. My kid's not a prop. And my girls' softball games are about her. They're never about me. If I could wear a beard and a disguise to those games, I would. I would, because they're not about me. And today I went to breakfast with my wife. This woman could have only been Russian. I got nothing against Russian women or Russian people. She had a leopard suit on from head to toe, the tight one. Shouldn't have had a leopard suit on. It should have been more like a bear or a fucking gorilla, right? She had feet uglier than mine with sandals on. Her hair had not been done. Her face was full of Botox, and she had those glasses on, and she didn't want to sit at the table, so she stood on the other side of the counter so everybody had to see her.
Just randomly and start talking
So
to her?
everybody just could see her, so she could be seen. Normal people don't do that. They sit at a fucking table, and they don't have a leopard suit to go to a turning point with fucking $200 sandals on. But there's people that's what their priority is, to be seen. I don't want to. When I go get a haircut, every time I walk in, there's a goofy motherfucker that goes, "Hey, Joey." I don't even pay attention. I don't even look at him until I finally told the owner, "Can you tell that moron to stop saying Joey when I walk in here, please?" I go, if I don't want nobody to know, why are you telling them?
Right.
Don't say a fucking word. Don't say a fucking word. Just look at me and nod.
It has like not, I guess, damaged your life. Like, do you feel like you can't go? Do you feel like you can't go places now?
No, I go wherever the fuck I want. But, I don't go for the purposes that you think I would go. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm over all that shit. Like, I was over it when I lived in LA. So I'm over all that shit. The last thing I want to see are those people.
Right.
The last thing I want to see are those type of people. It took me 23 years to get away from them. I'm going to go back and dilly-dally with those style of people, which are basically just liberals. They're just people who are just like, they agree to everything, and all their decisions are based around what people are going to think about them. That's it.
I think that's a lot of people. And
you could tell when somebody opens their mouth if they're really sincere about it, or if they're just, in Hollywood, people just say shit. Are they really, does Pedro Pascal really give a fuck about LGBTQ rights? Or is he saying that so, why? So you could fit into a certain gap. That's my own, listen, for years I always talked about California, and I shouldn't have spoken about California. It was Hollywood and the lifestyle where I lived. And I'm very sorry. I need to apologize. It wasn't California.
Right.
And it wasn't Orange County or whatever county I lived in. It was that world. And we have those worlds now in normal cities. Everybody thinks there's a fucking celebrity. Well, let me go up to Montauk and play handball. You're from fucking Jersey. Let me stab you in the fucking eyeball. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm from North Bergen, New Jersey. Nobody did nothing. All of a sudden, I see kids I grew up with. We're playing golf today. They know I want to fucking shoot them. because I know the reason you're playing golf. There's no enjoyment for you. If it was enjoyment, you just play with 3 fucking idiots. Enjoyment is getting 3 of your North Bergen friends that don't play golf, us 4 idiots, smoke a big bag of weed, give a bag of edibles to him, and he's the driver of the golf cart. So we end up like Adam Sandler and fucking
Be real slow.
in Happy Gilmore too. That's fun with your friends. Not me at a golf court. I'm playing at Trump Plaza, with 3 fucking jerk-offs holding a beer. No, you're playing golf for all the wrong reasons.
Right.
I want you to do things for the right fucking reasons.
Right.
I want you to do things, Why can't you're getting drunk? Why can't you just get drunk? Oh, we're going to Luigi's, to get drunk. Well, go to the Surfside Bar on Palisade Boulevard. You might as well get herpes while you get drunk, right or wrong. It's so weird what we do, and we don't even know what we're doing. It's like I was talking to beautiful Nick, nephew number 1. Every week I see pictures from down the shore. Oh my God.
What's
It's
happening?
just, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything like that.
What are they doing?
It's hot fucking women, fake asses, fake tits. Some of them are pigs. Some of them are really decent. They don't know what some of them are just fucking pigs that get fucking dick every weekend. And by August 9th, their hole is just leaking. You can see in the pictures that it's like a fucking walrus. They're fucking... Oh, by this week, you can start to see the bikini pictures, and you can see the pussy starting to come out from the inside. It's August now, yeah. They've been getting dick. They got dick 3 different weekends from 3 different guys. They don't know who they're in love with yet. But Vinny the DJ will be there, Oh, my God. And it's like these chicks, they just stand there by the table, and then there's these guys with buckets, and they just stand there. And then you have a whole section of guys with backwards hat and steroids, and a VIP section with and they're all on top of each other, and they're all like boom, boom, boom. And that's all they do. Nobody's fucking, nobody's sucking. They just boom, boom, boom. Nobody's snorting coke. Nobody's eating ecstasy. And none of those guys are in danger.
Right.
Half of them have giant tattoos, boom, 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 jet tattoos. They're getting ready for football season. But it's August 8th. By this weekend, those pussies now is when the labor department, not the labor department, the health department in all those cities sees an increase in fucking ticks, tacks, fucking herpes, fucking.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Some girls don't even make the summer. Their pussy taps out by like the 15th.
Oh, no.
They just tap out. They go, we're not even going back. We don't want our deposit. We don't want nothing. We ended up pregnant. And I don't know who the father is. The kid came out with an Arab hat on and and an empanada. We don't know what happened. He could be Dominican. He could be Arab, but we could be both. It's a nightmare. But the shore is, we went to the beach, and if we took pictures, we rented a house, and all your friends were there, and then you invited a bunch of freaks, and people were fucking, the bedrooms were on fire, somebody's father was there. Has anybody seen my daughter? That's when you know you're at a good party. When a dad's there with a picture and shit of their daughter. She's been missing for 2 days.
And you just saw her?
Huh?
And you just saw her?
What's that?
Like the girl he was looking for.
What's that?
Like, had you just seen her?
Oh, no, I'll tell the dad the truth. If somebody comes to me as a kid and my daughter's missing, but when somebody shows up at your party and says, have you seen my daughter with a picture of her with Catholic books? And you're like, she ain't Catholic no more. Your eyes are looking tremendous, like one of those black dudes in Memphis. They're all red with that vein in the middle. I like it.
Oh, my God. It's gotten to the point where people just say, whenever they see me, I look high. Even if I'm not. My eyes are just constantly high now.
You were talking about I like the fire, and I could see it coming. Friday night, my daughter went to a play with my wife. I'm like, what am I going to do? Now, some days my mouth bothers me more than others. I don't know till I get there. Tonight you brought a tremendous sandwich, and I was having a hard time. I'm like a Chinese chick sucking a black dick. My mouth just don't open that big. You know what I'm saying? You ever see a skinny Chinese chick with a black dude that's 6'8", and you're like, how does she get her mouth around that dick? It's not mathematically. She has to borrow a cousin or something like that, right? So it hurts. So, so I'm like, what the fuck? I got to figure out what I want to eat. And I was going to go to my restaurant, my man, Osteria, and get Steve to make me a shrimp risotto, but to cut up the shrimp, you know? But when I got there, guys, I got something that you guys are going to have to make the trek down. You have to make, because I know he makes it, and I know it's on the menu of his new restaurant. I go, Steve, any chances you can make me Italian fried rice?
What the fuck is that?
Exactly. He makes Italian fried rice. He makes fried rice with risotto, Italian risotto with shrimp and lobster. Dog, it tastes like fried rice from Billy Hung's 1982. I think Billy Hung's closed in 90, maybe. See when Billy Hung's closed.
Sounds like a porn star.
Billy Hung, New York City. See when it closed. This was old New York class, guys. You hear it from your Uncle Joey.
Hung, not hung.
Yeah, Hung. Hungs. Billy Hung, like a Chinese guy with a big dick in porno. Billy Hung. That's his fucking name. Closed. Yeah, see? Hung with an... Well, maybe it is Billy Hung. Take a look at that, because people spell it differently and shit. Okay, see what it says about it.
Exceptional old-fashioned fried rice with chunks of shrimp, pork, and lobster sauce.
Guys, you have no idea. And you know why else? And I'll tell you about another. My father's picture was on the wall. My real father.
Really?
Yeah, like they had like fucking people on the wall, and they had a picture of my father-in-law with a suit on, walking out of a hotel room with a hat on and shit, circa 1955 or something. He had been going there since he was a kid when he came from Cuba, so I always went there. In 1985, they had a $33 lobster egg roll. They built an egg roll. They got a lobster tail, cut the shell off, and they built an egg roll around the lobster tail. Nobody
That's
had
like
ever
$100 egg roll now, right? I heard
It'd be $100.
Yeah.
But Billy Hung, that's where gangsters went. Sinatra, Joe Namath, all the Knicks. That was it. Like towards 85, they didn't even talk about Billy Hung's because you couldn't get in there. You didn't even talk about Billy Hung's because you couldn't get in there. It was like, that's like an afterthought. Like Billy Hung only hung out with fucking gangsters. You know, I forget where it was, but I still remember the inside of that place. You know what it reminded me of, Lee? When you walk into the Comedy Store from the front, when you walk up those little steps,
right,
with those little pictures on both sides, that's what it was. Then you broke out and they had a big thing and they had circle tables and even the booths were circular. That's all I remember about that restaurant. But my mom used to go there 3 times a week to get soup when I was young.
Oh,
I
it's
would
that
go
one. Yeah.
No, it's not the one where she stabbed the Chinese guy.
Oh, okay.
That was one on 86th Street and Broadway. That was by the house.
That's crazy.
So I went to this fucking restaurant, Osteria, and I asked the owner, Steve. The place was packed. Packed. Bar, back. I go, Steve, where do I eat? Do you want me to go in the bocce ball court? And all of a sudden, the chair opened up at the bar. And when I sat down, a girl tapped my shoulder, and it's my buddy, Gabby. I didn't even see you. And we start talking at work. She goes, did you go to the doctor this week? I thought I saw your car out there. Because she works in the doctor's office with my ear next door. She works for people with skin and plastic surgery. I do fake titties and shit in there. So she goes, were you there this week? No, we got to talking, blah, blah, blah. And then she knows people there. So she was talking to different people. Then she got a chair next to me. And we're talking, but she knew the couple next to her. So she's talking to them. I'm eating my food. The fucking fried rice came. I didn't talk to nobody. Do you understand? I didn't talk to nobody. I just, because it was soft. Oh, it was perfect. The lobster tail just melted in your mouth with the shrimp, soft, the whole thing. I'm eating. And then some girl comes up and goes, hey, how you doing? Do you remember me? I'm like, oh, shit, yeah. It was an older woman. And she goes, you were here one night with your daughter, and you told me to get the hamburger. Boy, did you fucking hooked me up and told me about her husband. He's been dead for 12 years. You know, the whole fucking story at a bar Friday afternoon at 6:30.
This just comes out?
Huh?
This just comes out?
Yeah, she just was saying, you know, I'm here tonight with my sister-in-law. And then I go, whatever. And she goes, no, my husband died 12 years, whatever. And I go back to eating my food. Another girl comes over and she's like, hey, do you remember me? And I'm like, oh, yeah. She goes, I talked to you one night and I didn't know who you were until afterward. And I was heartbroken. I felt like an idiot. What do I care? But she was hammered. So she started bothering my friend. She wasn't bothering me. She was bothering my friend until my friend kept looking at me going, and I'm like, I don't know.
Were you egging her on?
Not at all, because I don't want the conversation around me. The mushrooms were just starting to kick in. You know what I'm saying? I had eaten chocolate mushrooms that night before I left the house.
Course.
Just for Friday. They get a little power under your wing. There's always got to be some type of training, Lee. That's why I got that evil drawer. There's a lot of different things in that drawer. I found 2 hits of acid the other night. I might bring that up next Monday. Anyway, so...
Fuck is the evil draw?
So there's... Some people have an evil chair. I got an evil drawer. So there's an owner of a different restaurant there that I go to get their salmon. I really enjoy their salmon. And I enjoy their mashed potatoes. And I enjoy their Italian spinach with big pieces of garlic in it. It's delicious. The only place I'll eat a fucking cup of garlic with the salmon. So I see him there and I go, hey, how you doing? And he's with some girl. So I don't know what's going on, right? I seen him with the woman before. Now I'm sitting here, the owner of that restaurant's there with his girlfriend, some other people, place is packed, and it's my friend here and this girl over here. And now she starts talking loud, and I can tell she's drunk, and she's telling my friend that she was drinking at that bar. She's not allowed in there no more because she became friendly with the staff, and one night as she was leaving, she texted the owner to see if she could buy a bottle of wine to take back to her apartment. But the girlfriend saw the text and called her like a fucking animal. Don't text my husband or fiance. So she was pissed about that. I could feel it. I didn't egg her on, but she was getting hotter and hotter. Lee's looking at me like I said something bad, right? So
No.
I didn't say a word, Lee. So I'm sitting there, and then the guy who's working on my bathroom came in. And he comes in with his wife, and I'm talking to them, and the chick is still going off on the other girl. And finally I look, and the other girl's taking a drink and going away. She's like, this is not good. But her and the blonde are giving each other dirty looks. So I got to play the hand out because I'm a fucking animal, right? So I'm sitting there making believe I'm eating real slow. I'm eating like George. I'm telling stories about the history of lobster, the whole fucking thing. I'm George all of a sudden.
History of lobster.
His friend owned a lobster store, and he made millions, but he sold it to the Indians. And, you know, George will tell you. That's how I just call. I'm going to be George right now. And I tell myself a George story, and I just sat there and took my time. And I took my time. And then she goes, let me get another Pinot Grigio. And I'm like, okay, this is going the right direction, right? And dog, she must have downed it because I went to the bathroom. When I came back, I heard her go, can I get another Pinot Grigio? Right? So now I sit, I'm not in my chair 8 minutes, and the bartender comes over and he's like, listen, you fucking, you know, not to me. He's telling her, you're lit, man. You know, do we really need this Pinot Grigio? And she goes, well, I had a bad fucking night. And then he goes, I know. The girl said something to me. She's gone now. And then this girl starts telling the bartender her story, but it's getting louder and louder. And at this bleak, come out of your coma, cocksucker. Don't cut the camera. Come out of your coma. So
I'm here.
So it's getting louder and louder. She's getting hotter. And she's like, you don't know the fucking story. Why would you involve yourself in it? I didn't text him like that. He's fucking 65 years old. Why would I fuck him? I texted him because I needed a bottle of wine. I wanted to pay. I had the money in my hand. I was right outside the fucking restaurant. But he needed help on a case, and I helped him with it. And all of a sudden, like, she's going off on this guy. And I'm loving it. I'm about to go give her a double, right? Because you know me. And she's getting louder and louder until people are looking. People are starting to look, Jack. So I fucking got up and I went right to the bathroom to make believe like I pee. And when I came out, she was storming out of the restaurant, dragging her jacket, fucking heel broke. It was only 8:30 at night. You know I don't stay out late, dog. And that was 2 times last week. I saw women go off. I saw a different woman go off on bocce night. That was even better. It was classic because she went off with a lady who kept saying to me, I hear you're a comedian. I'm Jewish. My sister's a lesbian, and I like black men. Write a joke about that. That's what she kept saying to me all night. Every time I'd see her, she'd go, did you write anything yet?
Oh my God.
I'm Jewish. My sister's a lesbian, and I like black men. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, this is bocce night, dog. She's about 65. She had fake tits made out of like concrete. Like she got them made like in 2020. Like these things were made. They didn't even move. You could see how she'd move around slowly because she destroyed her spine with these concrete titties. Oh it's like the mafia. Remember in the 60s, the mafia would give you cement water boots and throw you in the Hudson? That's what happened with her. But she fucking...
Were they hard too?
I don't know. I didn't feel them, but I could tell that they were a lot bigger than a woman her age's tits were. And she was well preserved, but you could tell. You know, there's an age point that, listen, come here. If I put a light on you and shot you with anti-aging dick, you'd still be 68. You know what I'm saying? Like, knock it off. She wasn't trying to be anybody. She was very sweet, but she was just drunk. But she was egging another woman on about something. The girl got fired. I was just listening. I played first when I got there. I heard the conversation. I got my water. I went outside. Usually when you come back after a bocce game, those people are gone. Not that night. When I walked in, they were like an Indian, and the bartender just kept giving them gin. And I'm watching this shit go down. Again, early. I'm watching this shit go down, man. And
What did you just sit there and watch?
Oh, I'm not watching. I'm making believe I'm watching a Yankee game. But I got my deaf earring focused on this ear with everything I got. So if you fought on this side, I won't hear it. Because everything I got is focused on this ear. And I'm just like, if you come up to me and go, hey, what's the score? Huh? Get the fuck out of my face. I'm not even care about the Yankee game. You come up to me, I can see a home run happen. And I wouldn't know because all my focus is in the super old man ear. And I'm listening to what these 2 or 3 hags, it was like 4 of them, telling the story, the woman, this. So finally I go, you know what? They started getting louder and louder, and one of the women is pretty intelligent. She goes, ladies, let's take this outside. So guess what happened? I paid my tab, and all of a sudden I got the sudden urge to smoke a joint, right? So, as I walk out, they're on the park bench getting lights for each other. But the one is arguing with the Jew. I go in my little fucking car, I put it on, I plug the phone in, I'm listening to the music, and I'm about to pull out, and I hear the yelling start. And I just lower my window and make believe like I'm a fucking dead mute, like I'm doing like 2 miles per fucking every 10 minutes, like I'm going back slowly. And they're yelling at each other that it was the woman's fault she got fired. Blah, 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 blah. So the one girl goes, we have to end this. Let's go. And she pulls the 3 girls and they leave the ugly Jew woman. The one who wanted me to tell her a joke about the lesbian, about the black boyfriend.
They just left her?
Yeah, she's just sitting out there. At this point, she took her heels off and she's out there smoking cigarette after cigarette. I could call George or somebody. But the beauty is she took her heels off and she had those old women's stockings where they cover the toes, and you could tell the toes stink because they're that old. When you take those stockings off and you rub that, you smell that toe area. It's got, it smells like a dead body. So she's sitting there half drunk, guys, like this, look. And she's like, you know, she's hot. And finally I pull up to her real slow. I lower my window. She looks at me and I go, you want some candy, little girl? And I just pulled off into the horizon. And she's like, fuck you. You never told me the joke about the Jew, the lesbian, and the woman who likes fucking black guys. And I'm like, oh. See, Lee, sometimes you have to create your own fun.
I guess so.
You have to find fun wherever the fuck it is sometimes. And that's where it was Friday night. Bro, guys, I'm getting fucking old. Like, not old. I shouldn't talk negatively about myself. But like I said last week, I feel myself changing. Conversations I want to listen to. I'm watching a good show now. I'm getting so old, I'm even watching a weird series. Leanne?
What it's about?
It's about that comedian woman, Leanne, the big blonde woman from the South. I have always thought she's, huh? Dean Smart.
He's saying
Leanne, that show right there. Leanne Morgan. It's a pretty cute show. Nice little cast. I'm up to like episode 6, maybe.
7 out of 10 on IMDb.
What does it get?
7 out of 10 on IMDb.
Bro, it's not an Academy Award winner, but at least it's got me, you know, I'm watching something different for a fucking. And you know what? She's an older comic.
It's her show.
It's her show. She's got a hell of a fucking tour, and I wish her nothing but the fucking best, man. I think she's a good-looking woman. She's just older. But look what's happening to comedy. They're looking at older people. This gives me a little hope. Not to get a TV show, but and it's Chuck Lorre. You know, that guy's been around for a long time, so I wish her nothing but the best, you know. She's a Judy Brown chick, so this is just to let you know. Judy Brown is one of the best managers in the fucking business. Got her and Sebastian. And this is how it works. It just takes time. And this is the payoff, you know?
How do you find out about these like shows with comics? Because you do that a lot. Like you seem to like support when a comic puts something out.
I love when people say that they became a comedian, including myself, because, well, for me, it's more than anybody else because I am a convicted felon. And I didn't think I could make it anywhere else. I never thought I'd see a TV show. I thought they always did background checks and shit. I guess not. You know, millions of dollars a year, and I don't even know who's on the set with me. So I always thought about it that way. But you always want something. I always wanted to reoccur on a show. I like Nick DiPaolo when he was on Brace Under Fire. He played a bartender. And I go, if I ever got something like that, I'd be the luckiest guy in the fucking world. You know, in those days, it was 10 out of 26 episodes. But those are 10 episodes that I didn't have to be on the week for, on the road.
Right.
That's how I looked at it. That was my strategy. That's 10 weeks to buy you time to get better material and, you know. So, but I have to be supportive of, I'm supportive of anybody who goes outside of the fucking box. Anybody who doesn't punch a clock every week, I'm support. Everybody who starts the fucking month at 0, how can you not support those people? That's life. Yeah, you went to college for 7 years, you're an attorney, you make $400,000, $500,000 a year. That's also a big chance. But I'm not putting nothing mad because I believe in the working man also. But I also believe in, take a chance. Columbus did. Take a fucking chance. If you got a time, listen, having a business isn't about owning a fucking boat on the weekends. It's about you creating your freedom. You wanted life on your terms. I can never get mad at somebody who does this. The racket that we do, this fucking racket that people think like, I'm special. No, you're not fucking special. This is a fucking racket. And at the end, it's like me going to Las Vegas and putting it on black number 8 or red number 24. I don't know when I walk in that room who's going to like me, who's not going to like me. I'm hoping for all those women and for those 3 gay guys to go, oh my God, we love him. Then you're going to work till you're fucking 40 if you're 22. And you've seen it. You've seen people in front of you that have gotten huge spurts in acting careers or huge spurts in stand-up because it's different now. It's spurts. It's not longevity anymore. Like longevity, and I'm wrong. You have people like the chick from Silence of the Lambs, and you know the chick I was talking about earlier. Well, Jodie Foster. That girl started on fucking The Courtship of Eddie's Father, dog. I watched that as a kid. She was my fucking age, you know. They've been in it all their lives. Dakota Fanning. I just watched her with fucking Men on Fire. Oh my God,
Yeah,
she was a little
fantastic.
girl. Now she's a goddamn woman. The other one that was on the terrorist show. They do this the way people are plumbers for 40 years. Claire Danes. Thank you, George. You're on the same page for that. They have done this the way people go, I'm going to become a fucking plumber. And then you're doing it for 10 years, then you're doing it for 20 years. Next thing you're doing it for 30 years, and you're considered a master fucking plumber. A master fucking plumber. A master electrician, a master carpenter, a master framer. George is a master framer. How many framers are out there right now, George? No, how many framers, how many people grow up and go, when I get old, I'm going to be a fucking framer? Zero. Zero. So I respect anybody who gets up one morning and goes, I'm not going to punch a clock. I'm going to borrow $500 from Uncle Joey. I'm going to borrow $500 from Uncle Nicky. I'm going to borrow $500 from fucking Lee. And I'm going to get a box and I'm going to sell hot dogs out of there. I'd much rather fucking do that and take a chance on my own. And those are the guys that 1 minute they buy a box, then they pay you back and they're buying a stand, then they're paying you back, and then they come to you one day and they go, we want you to lend me this to buy a fucking a little thing. And next thing you know, that motherfucker's got 3 of them and he's buying you out for $10 million. You gave him fucking $300 when he was 16 years old. You know, those are the people that you respect that. They're called what? People who are crafty. Entrepreneur, but there's a word for that. People who made it on their own. Crafty. Nobody gave it to them. They borrowed $10,000 from their father-in-law, and they started making donuts, and now they're Krispy Kreme. I don't know if that's the fucking. I don't know if that's the history, but that's how it starts.
Right.
What we do is a fucking nightmare, Lee. What we do for a living, when you sign up to be an actor, a comic, a dancer, a stripper, a boogaloo, fucking anything, it's a life of fucking uncertainty. That takes years off your life, not knowing. There's many people that are talented but never said, you know what? I don't want to quit my day job because my girlfriend will, you're done. You're done. You're either all in or all out. And I'm not talking about you.
No, I know.
Like that. I'm talking about there's people who don't believe in themselves, and that's why they'll never get to that place. And then there's people that you read about that you go, how the fuck did they do that? They did what? They're on your own. And, dog, I support everybody. But at the end of the day, somebody who tells the world to suck their dick, they're doing it on their terms. I ain't mad at that because it sounds familiar to me. At one point, you got to tell the world to suck your dick. You don't give a fuck if you have a felony. You don't give a fuck what you think. You don't give a fuck about your past. All you're worried about is your fucking future. And that's a painful fucking decision to make, especially when you got no family, you got nobody. But now you're living for people who backed you. And you go, you know what? These people who backed me over the years that fed me, I can't let them down. And when you put a value on your future like that, it really builds some type of clarity when you go, you know what? I'm going to stick with this till this happens because these people believed in me. And first of all, I got nowhere else to go. I can't sing and dance. I got missing teeth. I can't suck dick. There's no velocity in my suckness. I'm just fucking around with you, but these are the things that push you forward, when you go, wow. I wake up every fucking month, and every fucking month on the 1st, I start at 0, just like Joey, just like Lee, just like Nick, just like George. Some people get a check on the 5th. I don't get that check. I haven't gotten that check 30 years on the 5th. Well, unemployment when in between acting jobs, yeah, but still, it's not. After a while, you look at those checks and you're like, these checks are nice, but this is not what I want. I could settle for $1,800 a month. We all can. It's $900 every 2 weeks when you're an actor in LA. Probably went up now to $600 a week.
Maybe, but that still doesn't get you much. But I know we are.
You know what I'm saying? You get comfortable with unemployment and go $1,800 a month. I do a couple comedy gigs. I book one job at scale. I'm good. I go to Sizzler. But then the guy next to you, that live next door to you, just moved out and bought a fucking house and a car. And he's got a girlfriend that looks like a fucking model. And, this is the decisions you make on whether you move forward or you're going to be a fucking lop all your life. Why are you looking at me like that? I don't know you $20, cocksucker. What do you got this weekend?
This weekend, it's a really fun show in Hoboken. At It's the barbershop. Yeah, DV barbershop.
What night is that?
Saturday night. They have 2 shows. It's a really fun show that my buddy runs.
All right. And Wednesday night we're at the dojo.
And Wednesday we're at the dojo.
It's new talent night or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. It's something.
You gonna be new talent?
Yeah, I'm new talent.
You should.
I'm new talent with an old twist, Jackson.
So like, you should write material for a different comic and do it, or try a different style material.
Who?
You.
Don't laugh at this guy. I don't encourage him with this gibberish talk. I should try some new material. Maybe I'll get a guitar and get a one-piece
don't
drum.
make call it gibberish talk when you feed me all these things.
Don't make
go out there and talk. Huh?
Talk what?
What do you mean talk what?
What are you talking? What's he saying, guys? I don't even. Am I deaf? Remember, you lost stripes today. That set you back like 3 years cupping that little edible.
No one cupped an edible.
Trying to fucking put it in your pocket. We caught him tonight.
No, you didn't catch anything.
Trying to buy time as usual. I need something to drink because he was going to cut the edible in half, put it in his pocket, and eat the other half. He don't think I know. He doesn't know I'm half Jewish. I already was watching him. That's why I caught the hand. I know him 12 years. I caught the hand. He has that little Jew hoof.
It was nowhere near my pocket.
Hoof.
He doesn't know what he was talking about.
These Jews would get like a piece of bread
There's video
and hold
evidence.
their hand on the Auschwitz windowsill with a little piece of bread in there all night for 3 days. That's the Auschwitz grip. He's got something in the grip and shit. Fucking cocksucker. You don't think I read that manual?
Something in the grip.
Huh? They got that. Remember, G.I. Joe had a kung fu grip? Jews have that little Auschwitz grip. It ain't really closed, but it is. It's got like a diamond in there, or the mother's ring, or $5, whatever the fuck you hold.
It's funny.
It pays. Anyway, guys, I'm at the motherfucking Comedy Dojo on, I think, the 13th. It's a Thursday night. And then we're doing another comedy Bucket Chaos on the 28th of August. And then you have to go on your own for Labor Day because I got nothing going on Labor Day. But then we turn up in Florida on the 6th of September at Fort Lauderdale at the motherfucking Hard Rock Cafe. We might just lose Lee down there that weekend. We just take him to that fucking...
What's on with the cafe?
Take him to the ice island where they got the alligators around the island and just drop him off with a helicopter in the middle of the... What's that? And we got Park Casino on the 23rd of August, but that's sold out. And I do not want you to pay exuberant prices. We'll be back there in November, and we got other little gigs popping up. But yeah, that's it. Next Thursday night, the 13th at the Dojo, and then I'm doing another couple shows on the 20th and the 22nd, leading up to the 23rd at the Parks Casino. And then we got motherfucking Fort Lauderdale. I'm excited for these shows. And after that, we'll let you know what's coming up for the winter time. That's it, and that's all. Anything you want to say, cocksucker?
Yeah, next weekend I'm going to be in Oxford, Mississippi, and then in Memphis, Tennessee. Friday,
Good luck.
Saturday.
Good luck. Oxford and Memphis. He just told me about this bad news tonight. Poor little Jewish guy. They have to send the mafia down there looking for him like they did in 51. Remember when they had to send Gene Testa, whatever his name, Gene Scarpa, whatever? Scarpa went down and had to kill 3 fucking white cops because they killed 2 black kids and a white kid. Well, I don't know. That was on Godfather of Harlem. They changed the facts to, you know what I'm saying? So who the fuck knows? Anyway, I love you guys. Have a great week. Thank you for having us in your prayers. We have you in ours. Well, I don't pray. We're fucking prayers. I don't even know what I said. Stay black, cocksuckers. Uncle Joey loves you.